And that shell thinks steampunk and cowboy, and you're not too far off.
That's true. It's pretty badass.
Very
So
cool.
far, he's been calling people idiots, and it's been a fantastic time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in fact,
right.
before we even got on, he
Called us an
called
idiot.
called me an idiot.
No,
So
he's
awesome. So we've got, and then of course Austin.
Hey guys, I'm a co-host at Crit Academy. As he said, I'm Austin. And I am playing Zorax, who is a Voidwalker Azamar Paladin. And if you don't know what the Voidwalker Paladin is, it's actually something that me and Justin worked on. It's super fun, and we're actually level 7, so we'll actually get to see a lot of what it can really do. So
I'm really excited to see it. It's one thing to see it in my playtesting; it's another to see it in a campaign. So
right.
I'm super excited. So I actually had it muted, so I'm gonna have to go back and have Matt tell us a little bit about his character. I caught it. That's
At least you
progress.
caught it. Yeah, that's progress. Yeah.
I count it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew, and I play Chiron, an albino tiefling paladin who has taken up the Oath of Vengeance.
Yes.
Use this dice.
And you're not mistaken. That is 2 paladins dosing up the party on saves here. So thank you guys for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And of course, Merle, the
Highest one
amazing,
goes through.
the amazing artificer who I absolutely loved your flying skirmish. So that was fantastic. So if you don't know, my name is Justin. I run the Dungeons and Dragons Crit Academy podcast, where we bring you new and reasonable material for you to bring with you on your next adventure. Join us on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. We always have something interesting to talk about. Tomorrow we'll be covering a Final Fantasy VII conversion of the Materia system. Even if you decide not to use the system as a whole, it's got a lot of really cool, interesting mechanics that it created, which could make for great additions to any game. If you don't even in small parts. So that being said, we're going to move into it. Who wants to tell us where we left off at and where we're at?
We arrived at Candle Keep and met with Fausta Fisk's employer named Silvira Savicus, in which Fisk gave his employer a puzzle box which contained a contract belonging to the High Overseer of El Terrell, Thavius Krieg. Apparently, he signed a contract with Zariel, the Lord of Avernus, the first layer of hell.
That sucks.
Yeah, not the greatest idea by him.
Wasn't a great deal at all, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so far not so good.
Which, according to the contract, which was read aloud by Merle and Chiron, because the contract was written in Infernal, turns out the city of El Terrell was literally dragged into Avernus by a giant golden orb called the Companion, or what was it called? The Solar Insidiator.
Ha!
What a name.
That doesn't sound ominous at all.
Yeah.
Right?
That's like, I don't know about that one, guys. Could you imagine if you heard the name first and he was like, sounds fine. It's probably worse ways to go.
And so, after discovering this, we decide to spend the next couple of days of research, and then before we headed out, we decided to use a Pit Fiend possessed golden shield that tried to corrupt Zorax, but it failed after.
It didn't try. He was already there.
But it failed when Silvira pointed out on what it truly was, and so Zorax
a little bit before that.
Yeah. So Zorax took the shield off, and Silvira put it in a bag of holding. And
I'm sure he was happy about that.
Yeah.
He's inside a shield, inside a bag. That sounds rough.
That's terrible.
That's 2-layer protection, man. Even if you get out of the shield, you're still in a bag. I never thought about that.
I hadn't
Sucks.
even considered it.
Yeah.
So yep, go ahead.
And after stuffing the pit fiend Gargweth into a bag of holding, we decided to spend the next couple days to study about the nine hells and demons and devilish weapons and all that craziness.
You're able to get some pretty good knowledge, maybe gain some insight into weaknesses and strengths. It was
Well,
very,
most
very
of us
good done.
did. Chiron failed.
Kept getting distracted by Tiefling Monthly.
What?
Nothing.
It's hilarious because like the one who couldn't read Infernal wasn't the one that failed. Because
Right.
I was like, nah, I'm gonna comprehend languages, just power through it.
Yeah. And I think one of you also asked for a couple of you asked for directions too. That helps.
Yeah. And so we were able to, and so after our research, we met up with Silvera Savicus again, who not only silvered our bladed weapons, but also gave us griffin mounts to fly over to her ally Traxigor's location because he's a plane shifting specialist.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness. For that.
Hoping, and apparently he owes Silvera, so sending us to literally Avernus through plane shifting would be the most direct route for us.
The irony behind the situation.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to go to hell, please. And the guy just looks at us like, huh. That. I'm really doing this. I'm sending 3 people to die. Oh well, I mean, it's just no water off my back. Here you go.
Right.
And there was, additionally, there was reference to our other group of characters that was not on the show. A reference, actually.
Yeah. Apparently they're already in Avernus, I think. Or
Yep.
they're attempting to go into it.
Yes, they attempted to get there.
So
As far as, I mean, that was the last I heard they were going there. Whether they made it, you guys don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a really dick move. Find them dead.
Yeah, that
would. Can't use these characters again. Why? Because they're dead.
Hey, you could loot them though. Loot your own corpses. I kid. I would not do something like that.
Oh
that
my
is-
goodness, that'd be
that is
dark, but like,
cruel
you know
and
what?
evil.
I would. That'd be some great role play.
That is DC Comics' dark side for you.
All right,
be-
so
That'd be some great role play.
yeah,
It
you
could-
got-
maybe we're in a different continuity. I don't know.
multiverse.
I mean, we're going into hell. Maybe this is a different hell.
Yep.
So with you at top now, do you guys remember if anybody came with you or did they separate from you?
Actually, we didn't establish about Rhea.
Yep. She got tired of waiting and actually left without you guys.
Okay.
Mostly because you decided to stop and do your research and she didn't want to wait. So,
Didn't do any prep.
what's that?
Didn't do any prep.
I mean, she's probably dead already. All right. So,
Just like the old lady who
Also,
fought the black
Frisk is
ooze.
probably enjoying his reward money by drinking bourbon toe.
nice. Inspiration.
I have
Inspiration.
1,085, and I don't really know what to do with it. I'm like, I don't want to spend it all on booze. I want to be somewhat productive with my money. Maybe I'll start an enterprise. Zorax Enterprise. your
what
weapons.
service will you offer?
Weapons. All the weapons.
All right.
Enchanted weapons, deadly weapons, really shitty weapons.
The real reason why you're going into Avernus to gather deadly weapons to sell on the market. All right, so the Griffins took flight and headed out to sea. Flying just below the clouds, you can feel the cold breeze, on your breath or on your face. The wind rushing by your ears is roaring.
The salty air.
Yeah. Candlekeep looks no less majestic from the air, but grows smaller as the Griffins soared westward. You can hear the thrumming of their wings around you. Between your legs, you can feel their muscles tensing and releasing as they flap their big wings. Large rocky islands pass below, and beyond them you see nothing but open sea. Just out in the distance you see quite an interesting sight. It's really hard to tell, but you're pretty sure you can see flashes of light leaping from this distant flying figure circling around another one that's shooting out gouts of flame. Kind of way off in the distance over the open sea. You're flying as you guys are, making your way over. A couple times your griffins swoop low to the ground or to the water to scoop up a drink. A couple times you see dolphins jump out of the water and schools of fish scatter before they make their way back up into the sky just below the clouds. It's a long journey, but you see, as you finally start to approach, you see a windowless, doorless stone tower, which somehow appears to float in the sky above the ocean. The griffins pass through a set of jagged holes, twisting and turning, that riddle the tower's conical peak to land on the top floor. Below which is a spiral staircase that seems to be leading down.
Okay.
I guess this is our stop.
So,
I get off.
We leave.
So as you guys dismount from the griffins, they click and they neigh and they bellow a little bit. Their wings flap. They bump you in the head a couple times as they're stretching a little bit and pulling them in. You unpack your gear. You unwrap the stuff tied to the griffins. Shortly, just almost as quickly, by the time you get everything undone, they go to almost a full gallop and leap back through the twisting spiral of jagged, whatever it is, jagged design, and appear to be heading back towards the way you came. As you guys start descending down the stairs, one level down you see a cluttered chamber illuminated by various objects upon which you've seen this before in Candle Keep. The continual flame spell seems to have been cast. Scurry around the room, you see an otter dressed in a tiny red cassock. The otter mumbles to self in common, mentioning something about a tuning fork. Suddenly it takes notice of you and stands upright. Lulu, wake up, our guests have arrived. At the sound of her name, a small elephant with golden fur appears from a pile of blankets near a table strewn with alchemic equipment. The elephant takes to the air on feathery wings and lets out a pleasing trumpet sound. Now, since you are in Aasimar, Zorax, you actually know this is a Hierophant. Some sort of...
I'm going to just quickly assume they are not very common in the material plane.
No, they're not. A Hollyphant.
Hollyphant?
Hollyphant.
Hollyphant.
I will tell you a little bit of information, what you know about these, as soon as I get to the page. All right, so you know that these little tiny familiars are gentle, stalwart creatures that are native to the upper plains. They tend... good aligned deities and angels often use them as messengers or familiars. And they often treasure friendship and honesty above all else. You are very shocked to see this here. This miniature flying elephant with this luminous gold fur and small, rapidly fluttering, wings that not only seem to hold it aloft, but it kind of darts around pretty quick like a speedy hummingbird, right?
Okay.
And I think that's all the information I think I'm going to give you at the moment. Because you aren't actually from that realm, but you are aware of these.
Right, yeah.
Now I got to go and find my page again because I didn't actually remember to... There it is. I couldn't remember which page it was. All right, so this young golden elephant starts, darting around, and she seems to trumping in excitement, and Okay, that's details for me, not for you.
Okay.
All right.
Fair
The
enough.
guy says, yes. Good. Come. You must be the one sent from Candle Keep, correct? Of course
Correct.
you are. I'm
Yes.
never wrong.
Yes, sir.
So, and you're, first of all, you're caught off guard because the damn thing is an otter. It's about 3 feet tall. That seems to be talking to you as if he's in charge.
This is a situation that I didn't believe I'd be a part of.
Uh,
One, there's an otter in front of me, and two, a Hollyphant?
what'd she say?
She's my significant otter.
Yeah.
See?
It had to stem from
It's
somewhere.
it's in the family. I done did
So
it.
Chiron speaks up. Am I to assume that you're Traxigor?
Yes, I am. That was me. That is me. Yes, that's me.
Was?
It is me. I was Traxidor. I'm still Traxidor. I just look a little different now. And yes. You ought to know what I'm talking about.
No.
Zorax just kind of ruffles through his hair like this, like, oh no, it's one of these.
So, to my understand, you are the ones that are ready, wanting to go into Avernus.
Yes.
Yes.
We
Sure.
have reason to believe that actually we have proof that the city of Elturel is in Avernus.
Oh, yes, that definitely, okay, yeah, whatever. I think I can help. Yes, there's just a tiny issue, and then you hear, well, I never. The young Hollyphant turns and is like, I wasn't talking about you when I was mentioning tiny. Sorry, you got to be careful. Lulu gets a little can easily offended. She doesn't like to be referred to as small. Well, that's not true because I'm not small. I'm the perfect size. And he says, well, okay. So anyways, there is an issue. I seem to have lost one of the primary material components to help you get there. The plane shift spell actually requires quite a bit of
Prep work?
well, yes, that I've done all that, but I lost my tuning fork, you see, and I honestly he scratches his little otter head, and I don't know what I did with it. And as you flew into this is a big tower. I mean, so
Right.
if it's gone, it could take a while. He's like, so in order to really do this, we're probably gonna have to you're gonna have to wait for me to find it. It's here somewhere. I know. Yes. So he starts ruffling through some books and scrolls, and he's throwing them around, and you see the little Lulu flapping around, catching stuff with her, like the scrolls with her trunk and everything, and laying them down so they don't get ruined. So she says, "So why in the world would you want to head into the Nine Hells? I just don't understand."
Well, it turns out the High Overseer of Elturel signed a contract with Zariel, the Lord of Avernus. As a result, Elturel is literally dragged into Avernus.
Oh
We-
my! That is horrible, I must say. You know, I was with the Angel Zariel when she assembled her army, the Hell Riders, to attack Avernus. Woo!
How old are you?
I don't quite remember. That seems to be an ongoing issue with me right now. But I remember some details, but some others are kind of fuzzy, and I'm not really sure why. But I do remember though. Through the gate we went, tearing through devils like song through air. It was glorious. Victory was in our grasp until some of the Hell Riders betrayed us. I remember that now. They retreated through the gate, and they sealed it behind them. Before she was captured. Yes, I remember it now. By golly, I remember it. And the
He's
otter.
having just this epiphany in front of us.
Yeah, Traxigor is just like, yeah. He's still looking for the thing. He's like, that's really great. I'm here. I'm glad to hear that. She says, I remember now. Before Zariel was captured, she told me to hide the source so it wouldn't fall into evil hands. Someone
What?
help me hide it though. But honestly, I don't rightly know who. I don't remember a face or a name. We found a place to hide it, though. I do remember that. But I don't remember where.
Source?
I know I escaped Avernus. But I don't really remember how either. Huh.
What source?
What? Sword.
Sword. Got it.
I escaped Avernus, but honestly, I don't really know. I don't really remember how I got out. Most of my memory is gone now. I don't really remember why.
And you don't remember where you put the sword.
What are we talking about? The sword. Yes. I don't rightly know. I'll be honest. I don't remember. My mind's drawing a blank. It's the strangest thing to not know everything, have missing gaps in your memory. I'm sure y'all understand. She's kind of fluttering around. You hear almost a sigh of sadness come out of her trunk. This little tiny one though, because she's so tiny, it's kind of high pitched instead of like the roaring, bellowing of a big one.
Yeah.
So once again, at this point, he's still digging for the tuning fork. Do you guys have any questions, or do you want to help him out, or what is your
I'm
plans?
gonna help Traxigor look for the tuning fork.
I can make one.
Lay on hands only works with diseases and poison. This doesn't help with like memory loss.
Okay,
I'm like, I wonder if I could somehow jog this person's memory, but
And as I'm helping Traxigor, I ask him, do you by any chance own shavings of licorice root?
well, I don't know. You know, what does it look like?
It is dang it.
let's look that up real quick.
Is that like a spell casting? What do you need that for? Is that like a material component?
Well, I don't get it now, but it is a material component for the spell haste.
I
It's
see.
a pretty freaking good spell. I forget you get to just have that.
Yeah, but I need the material.
You need the
component
material
for it.
components. When he's, well, he says, I think you know what? I may have some of that, but right now I really don't have time to find it. Can you? Let's find the tuning fork. And Lulu, will you look for? What was it you were looking for again?
Shavings of licorice root.
Shavings of licorice root. Can you find that, Lulu? She says, well, of course I can. My trunk can find anything. She starts putting it in the air and starts sniffing around like a hound dog. Now somebody said they can. Did you say you can make a tuning fork?
Probably. I mean, I got Smith tools, so.
Go ahead and give me a Smith tools check. Basically, if you're proficient, you add your proficiency bonus to your d20.
I had it twice.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's not on the die, so.
Okay.
Can you make it worth at least 250 gold pieces?
Say what now?
I'm looking at the information of plane shift, and the tuning fork has to be worth at least 250 gold pieces attuned to a particular plane of existence.
Well, does the guy have some metal from Avernus?
We have this glaive.
He says, "Is that a glaive from a bearded devil?"
Yeah, killed it myself. Well, actually, we killed it. We kind of killed it.
And he turns over to Merle and says, "And you think you can forge one?
Yeah.
With this, the metal from the Avernus plus your skills of smithing, you might be able to make one of these. Hallelujah! I won't need to find one now. Can you make two?
That's kind of brilliant. Two?
Can you make two for me? In case I lose the other one again? That'd be really great, you know? Mm-hmm.
Do I have enough material to make two?
It's a glaive, each end of the blade.
All right.
Yeah, here you go. All yours. I just want to keep the shaft.
You would want the shaft, wouldn't you?
It has the cool writing.
All right, so he says, well, all
Unless
right.
it's on the blade, then I don't care. But
all right, so let's go down to let's head down to the 87th floor and let's see what we can do. I think I got a small shop down there. In the meantime, Lulu is going to look for your Twizzlers.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what it was called already. I already forgot. Licorice. Something.
Shavings of licorice root.
That one. The shavings for the licorice root. And she says, "I'll bet you I'll find it really quick." Yes, I will. All right.
Mind if I accompany you, Miss Lulu?
Well, if you want, that's fine. Yeah, sure. She kind of flutters down onto your shoulder. And says, "You seem like a pretty good fella. I can sense goodness coming from you, as well as that weird fella over there, the angel guy. I haven't seen a half breed in a long time."
Zorax? Yeah.
Sure, that guy. Is that his name?
Yeah.
You seem
Don't
like
mis-
what?
Don't mistaken the light in my body for good.
That's all right. So Zorax and Merle and the wizard Traxigor. You guys end up going into this little small, tiny box that barely holds all of you, and you see a glow of light up runes, and he hits a couple of them, and then you feel this massive inertia of power as your stomach seems to jump up into your throat, and you hear a ding, and the door slides open, and you
Ding.
walk out.
We just walked in an elevator.
And you walk out, and you're in the fiery pits of the world. Almost looks like you just descended into Avernus at this point, as there's a flowing magma into a
That's hilarious.
like a anvil type area, clearly a blacksmithing area. And you get to work. Give me 2 skill checks there, Merle. Jorax, are you going to assist him, or are you going to do something else?
Me? I can assist.
All right, so we'll give you those. One of those with advantage.
Yep. And which stat do you want me to go off of?
It's just your proficiency bonus is technically the way it's supposed to work. And if you're doubled, then it's double it.
Interesting.
All right, we got a 17 for the first one.
Yep.
Yep. And I'm gonna toss this die onto it. I guess, and 18 in a second.
Alrighty. So you get to forge, and you quickly, Zorax is there heating the blade in the just over the magma, and he's rotating it as you begin to hammer until you're able to snap it off, and you start doing your work. You get to work making your tuning fork. Chiron, you're there with Lulu, and she says, "Dear, I think it might be on. I think we should go check the hydroponics lab. I think that's where it might." Yes. Your licorice would probably be there.
Point me in the right direction.
All right. So you guys, she kind of, she kind of just floats up off your shoulder and guides you into the tube where you saw just a moment ago. It saw the others just go into. The doors close on you. You hear some really weird beeping music, some glyphs highlight, and you see her with her trunk kind of float up off your shoulder and hit a couple of them. Your stomach leaches into your throat, and you hear ding, and the doors open, and you walk out, and there are just, it looks like you just walked into an organized jungle.
Am I thinking like, am I thinking like an elevator like from a tall building or something? In terms of the rate of the elevator descending?
Yeah.
I felt that at the Renaissance Center. That was so thrilling.
Yes. So she says, "All right, dear, right over here." She says, "Now the problem with this licorice root." Yes, it's this one right here, and she shows you a little tiny like triangle label. But it says caution. Pluck carefully, and you'll see a tiny little book. She says, "Well, you see about this, if you cut I'm pretty sure if I recall when I watched the old man's servant do it, you gotta cut it just right, or you might ruin it. So you're gonna want to read those instructions right there, I think.
I read them,
and then you're gonna snip the. So as you're going through this hydroponics instruction manual, you kind of get that you have to snip it right at the base. If you snip it too high up, you'll kill the rest of the plant. So you have to get it right at the edge of where it gives you instructions. I don't know all that shit, so I'm just gonna say it gives you specific instructions. And I need you to give me a nature check.
Oh, jeez, a nature.
Oof.
Ouch.
That
Ouch.
one, friend.
The DC is only 14. You can do this.
That's not that bad.
And I
Probably
have
a flat
inspiration.
roll,
And I
or
have
a
inspiration should I need it. 16.
Woohoo!
There you
So as you're spreading apart these like a collection of
I'm using my
wires,
dagger
and
just to not overdo it.
you snip it, and she says, "Golly wee, I think you did it. That looks great." Now, make sure you patch up the soil and everything and return it so it'll keep on growing, and you kind of do. And this takes you, this took you probably about a half hour or so. She ends up guiding you back
Gotta
to
harvest stuff, you know.
Yeah, ends up guiding you back to Merle and Zorax, and there's sweat beating down their face. You see the otter in the corner going like this. He's
You
like,
just see Zorax and Merle just totally shirtless, and we're just chiseled dudes like, "Oh, God, we're
Yes.
doing this shit."
you got little gizmos floating around you that Merle kind of has helping them, zapping them left and right. Do they make mistakes occasionally when you yell at them, kind of like Iron Man does with his little?
There's always one.
So you swat one of your little flying drone things that is trying to help you. No, that's not how that goes.
Hey, man, it ain't me, and that's all I can be hopeful for.
Near the end, just as they start to take form, he says, Traxigor walks up. He says, "Well, now here's gonna be the hard part, you guys. We have to imbue these things with a little bit of magic, and it can be pretty exhausting if we don't get it right. But with 3 of us here, it should be pretty easy. Do you think you can help?"
Yeah.
Sure.
So what I need is Constitution saving throws from both of you. The DC is 15, and if
Okay.
you fail, you will get a level of exhaustion.
All right.
What's your plus from you?
+5. So I got +7 on mine alone, so we should be okay.
Do you have any spells or features you want to do to help enhance those buffs?
Actually, yes. I think I might have.
Do you have guidance or something? Wait, I
I
don't
have
think paladins
blessed.
have that. There you go.
Guidance is
Blessed.
guidance is a cantrip.
Yeah, but I think clerics have
We
it.
don't have it.
Not
Clerics have it, yeah.
I should do
Unless-
best features that can help me, but I basically only need to roll a 1.
Yeah, I'll use bless. I can put it on all 3 of us actually.
Alright. So the energy starts. You start sending your. Is your
What's that?
energy dark or holy? I forgot.
It's usually just like heat waves. That's all
Okay.
I always classify it as. So
Okay.
you guys just like I don't know.
That's,
I
that's
don't
a
really
really
know
good.
how to do
That's a good example. Except there's lots of heat waves. But anyways.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh, you guys just froze on me. Jeez.
So you see this rippling energy comes out from Zorax, and he says, "I got this. You have you've been imbued as you feel the something
Bless.
something taking over and enhancing your capabilities. A feeling of luck is on your side, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the dimension.
You can hear the small hum of all the other Voidwalker paladins just like chanting for you.
There you go. That's good. Go ahead and give me your checks, guys.
Oh yeah, I passed it with not even an issue. Bless was an overkill.
Make sure you take away that spell slot, and I assume Burl did as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
You see, as you guys this energy is rushed into the end of your tuning forks. The Traxigor, he kind of just does a Yoda and just falls back and plops down on his rear end. He goes, "Whew. Well, I haven't done that in a long time." Mm-hmm. Well, all right, guys. That may do it. as you guys pull out these red hot or white hot glowing tuning forks. Says, well, all we gotta do is make him cool him down. And he holds out his hand, and a ball of water appears, and he kind of tosses it, and it's just like a big blob, and splatters over top of them, and they go. Tss. All right, fellas. I think
we just
that'll
forged
do
tuning
it.
forks.
And then he goes, he says,
Uh-oh.
I'm hungry. Are you guys hungry? That really took a
Sure.
lot out of me. You want a meal?
Sure.
Wait.
I'll prepare some meal. Why don't we head upstairs while they're cooling off, all right?
Sure. Why not?
So he pushes you back. He escorts you guys back into all of you into this round bubble-like device with all the runes. He presses a couple. This time, instead of it going up to your throat, you feel all your innards jump down to your feet, and it shoots straight up and stops abruptly with a and a ding. It slides open, and you enter this obscenely large, magnificent dining area with a table that's shining and glistening and splendid. That was a happy accident. With just dozens of rows, beautiful china, and at the end of it is several servants there of all different races. You see one dwarven woman with a nice big curly beard, kind of goes like that, and then you spot an ogre man, like kind of lumbering as he's sitting plates of food down, and he pulls out a seat and yes, Trevor, thank you very much. And he wanders over to the head of the table and he sits there and he says, would you guys like to join me?
Sure.
Reckon so.
All right. You guys make it to the table. You guys sit around it, and you see a small little dish full of what looks to be like a nectar or something. And Lulu swoops down and starts drinking it with her trunk and kind of zipping it into her mouth. He says, well, now, before I do this, what's driving you guys down to Avernus?
Well, this one, and I point to Zorax, is from Baldur's Gate, and multiple refugees from Elturel have made themselves to the outer walls of Baldur's Gate. We discovered that Davius Krieg, the overseer of Elturel, was held prisoner at a noblewoman's basement level, who was worshipping devilry.
Ooh,
But fortunately,
that doesn't sound good.
the Flaming Fist militia, which Zorax here works for, should be making headway to arrest that family by now. Gave them warnings of various devilries, imps, spine devils. No, not spine devil. Was it spine devils?
Some of them were.
Bone Devil, I think.
There was a spine devil, there was
Knew a
bearded
spine devil.
devil, and then there was a bone devil, I think.
I think there was like a Bone Devil.
I
in
don't
there
really
somewhere.
remember because I remember saying it was one thing, but I was using the stat block as something else unintentionally.
Mhm.
And I don't remember which way it was, so.
Oh well. Point is, yeah.
So yes,
But
so lots
there-
of bad stuff, but that still doesn't explain why you're going to Avernus.
Well, we may have a bartering item to see if Zariel would be willing to trade it for the city of Elturel and those who were dragged in it.
And you see, as you mention Zariel, Lulu kind of pips up. Well, I would absolutely love to meet with Zariel again. I miss her, I think. I don't really remember, but I think we were close. I feel it in my beating heart as her wings are fluttering. I need perception checks from everybody.
Everybody.
I was gonna say that or insight right now. Because holy cow.
Would it
like,
be insight or perception?
I'm assuming he
I asked for perception. That's what I
Yeah, he-
want.
did perception, so 21.
10.
So, as you guys are eating this meal, Zorax, you look over and you realize the fork that the otter is using is a tuning fork to eat with. He continues, now, if you guys want to roll insight, you can. But Zorax, you know that Hollyphants are honest, good-willed creatures.
Yeah,
In general.
I was gonna say it's unlikely she'd be lying. Maybe she's manipulated.
Lie? I would never. I'm telling you, I don't remember Zario, but I know that I was a companion with her. She was a good person. I know it. I bet you she's still good deep down somewhere. In Avernus,
I mean,
I think.
you have been alive for probably a long time.
Have
So
I?
I mean, it would make sense you met Zariel before she may have fallen. Maybe.
Really? Okay, well that makes sense. I'm telling you, I remember
Maybe.
I remember some of it. But yes, I would be interested if you are all going to see, if y'all going to see Zaria. I would love to just see my cherished friend again. At least I think she was my cherished friend. I'm
I
not
don't
entirely
think-
sure.
I mean,
I'm not sure that's a good idea bringing
well,
a holy creature to Avernus.
all I'm going to say is don't doubt what a Hollyphant can do.
You do know that they're relatively strong creatures.
Yes. I wouldn't, being a holy one, I even put the air quotes for me. I can somewhat attest that these creatures can do something, even for combat.
The wizard kind of jumps in. He's like, "Yeah, but you know what? You should be kind of you should be kind of careful because she lost her memory. Some of that magic kind of goes with it." And she kind of snaps at him a little bit. Darling, you know that once I get my memory back, I will just be a sight to behold, and I will be able to easily conquer the evil that runs among in Avernus.
Why not have a
once
cleric?
I remember it all, anyway.
Why not have a cleric that can use magic to restore your memory?
Yes, but you have to understand, it's more complex than that. We took her to several priests. Unfortunately, none of them. We weren't easily able to find somebody that could modify her memory, or alter her memory, or return her memory. It's not as simple as a simple wound. There's something else at play here. Probably some sort of magic, but I can't rightly tell, to be honest. I've been trying. That's why she sought me out to begin with. Ain't that right, Lulu? She's like, that's right.
Makes you
All
wonder.
right then.
Well, if your memory was altered or, you were made to forget stuff, probably means you were important at one point. So, I mean, you're probably powerful in some aspect.
But aren't you a sweetheart?
Look, if you weren't strong enough to follow us, I'd tell you no. Because that's what the character would say. He's just like, might makes right, and well, you were probably mighty at one point, especially if you knew Zariel.
She blows out. She trumpets out of her trunk in excitement. You betcha. Do you guys have any now? If you have any questions for this guy or for Lulu, now is the time.
I don't have anything. I'm not even gonna mention the fact that the outer's even eating with his tuning fork. I'm gonna let him figure it out one day.
That's funny.
Just let it play out eventually.
So, Traxigor, what can we expect in the in Avernus?
Well, that seems like that would have been a better question for the last gal you were just with. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Devils and demons for sure. And honestly, the world is it can mess with you, so you got to be cautious. You guys ever been traveling a long distance and you see the little mirage off in the distance?
I've heard of those.
You're gonna see a lot of that sort of thing. Everything is not what it seems. If I had to give you one piece of advice, One piece of advice. Don't go.
Wish I could take that to heart.
Yes.
But you're an otter. And we need your
you
help.
oughter believe it.
I face palm.
All right, so you guys gather together after your delicious meal, and Traxigor gathers you all in a circle and taps his tuning forks. And at first, you see him get distracted because he starts tapping his foot and he starts bobbing his head, and and then Lulu kind of corrects him and tells him, I'm sorry, I forgot." He says, "You know you get easily distracted, darling." He places pounds on the tuning fork onto the floor and sends a ripple of energy out from his spot, and you guys are engulfed in a shimmering, like, kaleidoscope of light as he casts the plane shift spell.
Ah!
That's
Wow.
nice. And in an instant, a hot, stinging air assaults your senses. The city streets in which you stand is lined with buildings that are crumbling, if not already collapsed. The ground shudders beneath your feet. In the red, smoky sky, a 400-foot diameter sphere of darkness discharges strokes of bluish-white lightning that strikes the city at irregular intervals. Perched atop a distant bluff overlooking the rest of the city is a crumbling fortress. Traxigor gazes up at the black orb nervously, utters a few arcane syllables, and disappears in the blink of an eye. If you are trained in Arcana, give me an Arcana check, please.
Let's see. It's gonna be a cat jumping off my lap, but she's kind of stung because she dug in her claws, and
Get that?
okay, that's gonna be 14, 21.
You're able to deduce that while it was low, you're able to hear bits of the spell, and you recognize the time stop spell. While it's not within your power, you have researched it through your arcane studies.
Sure.
Time stop. Why would he? Time stop.
He is gone.
Oh. You just bye bye.
Something like that.
Interesting. Okay.
What is your plan? There's screaming, there's bolts of lightning. Everyone give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shoot.
Are you all standing next to me?
Yep.
I assume.
So it's +5.
+5.
12.
Okay. 22.
19.
17 points of damage. If you got more than a 14, you saved. So half damage of lightning damage as a bolt of lightning strikes you and crackles and rumbles through the ground at you.
So how many if we succeed?
It was
7.
7. It'd be half as much. Yeah.
Wow. So let's hide in a building real quick. Figure out a plan of
Yeah,
action
we
here.
should.
All right, you guys quickly dash around a corner and duck into a building. And as you're running into the building, of the still standing structure, you see a woman running with a toddler, one in each arm, and in her wake amble 3 infernal monsters, 2 with massive glaives and snake-like beards, and another with jagged, pointy bones all over its body. You are familiar with these, as you have already encountered both the bone devil as well as the bearded devils that are currently chasing down this woman and her children.
A bone devil and 2 bearded?
Yes. If you give me a second, I will in fact confirm that I didn't just in fact mix those up like I did the last time.
As much as maybe 2 of us want to go in onto this, I vote against it.
Too bad, 2 against 1.
I didn't vote. Yeah, I was gonna say the other one hasn't voted at all. A barb devil and a bearded devil.
That's what it was.
Not a bone devil.
Son of a gun.
And they are chasing. That woman is screaming her heads off. You can hear the kids' cries echoing off the buildings as they crumble and boulder chunks fall off around you guys.
This screams a trap to me.
Well, we gotta dodge out of the building first, but yes, I agree. This is Avernus. I mean,
And it just happens to be a woman with two infants when we happen to appear here.
And when Lulu, that seems to be floating right nearby the Azamar Zorax, she says, "Well, I think I recognize this city. I think this is the city of Elturel. I've been there. That lady looks like she needs some help. We should go and help."
I agree.
Oh, this is Elturel.
You landed right into Elturel. That's why the big giant sphere was floating over top of it. When you get a better vantage point, I'll give you more details. But right now, from the city side, you can't see nothing.
Well, in that case, we got some demons to kill.
Yeah, as you look around, I mean, this city is in shambles, and it is just falling apart. You can see like the chains that are kind of off in the distance that seem to have landed and are wrapped around, running to below the scene or below the thing. So, are you guys choosing to go and help, or are you still gonna sit tight and figure something else
That's what they both agreed on, so that's what we are doing.
out? That's how it works. As you guys,
Norax just remarks, "Well, then, if I must prove myself that I am stronger than these devils, then here we go again."
as you guys dash in, you get within a medium distance as one of the I probably should actually roll for the other guy. Oh, no, that's not great.
Oh well, you know,
Not good for us or not good for them?
Not good.
probably
for them.
not good for them. Yeah, that's what it sounded like. Yeah, well.
All right. So as you dash into this spray of crackling lightning, boulders falling around, you hear this infernal laughter coming from these beasts. The barbed one seems to kind of be standing behind the other two as you guys are approaching from like from up behind them. So you'll run into the barbed devil first, which is now a medium distance away. And then the bearded devils are a long distance away. What are you going to do, Chiron?
He is going to use let's see. Bane. And the Barb Devil is within medium range.
Yes.
He is gonna get within. Actually, no. I'm gonna wait till he. Hang on. I'm just trying to determine something.
No, you do what you gotta do. It's fine.
Should I Hunter's Mark or Bane him?
That sounds like a player decision, not a DM decision. And do whatever you want, bro.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's the one time you have all the control.
Ooh. That's a bit much, though. Actually, screw it. Bonus action, Misty Step, right behind the Barb Devil, and he will make 2 attacks against the Barb Devil with his silvered longsword.
Okay. You hear deep in your voice, "I see you, boy," in Infernal. Can you tell? Can you speak Infernal?
Yes, I'm a tiefling.
Yeah, that's kind of his thing.
You hear, "I hear you, boy," or "I see you."
So,
small one.
So my lowest is a 16 and my highest is a 23.
Yes.
Both of them?
Yep.
Sweet. So that's
nice.
1d8 plus 2 per attacks. So that's 6 points of slashing damage for the first one,
Okay.
and a 7 points of slashing damage for the second one.
Nice.
And these are silvered, by the way.
Yeah, so as you release a barrage of slashes into this devil, you cut off several of its barbs, and the wounds across its body start to burn as they don't close immediately, and you see him kind of recoil back, and kind of hisses at you in pain. Silvered weapons.
Hi.
Fools! I'll kill you all, and we'll still take the girl and her children.
You know, this time I don't think he's talking about my mother.
Anything else, Chiron?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Merle, you're up.
Yeah, I got lower on the initiative.
All right.
Oh,
Spend the,
well, you both got 13. I actually didn't ask who had a higher initiative.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
So
He can go ahead.
he's
He
going
can go
first because I wrote it down first.
yeah, I spent an action to create my magical cannon of the ballista variety.
Okay.
Bonus action, make a attacking for force damage.
Okay.
You
Attacking
make a
the
ballista.
barb devil.
Yeah, the one that Chiron hit,
Okay.
and that will be 17 to hit
Yes.
for 11 force damage.
Okay.
Yeah, probably knocking back 5 feet, but I would imagine Chiron's in the way, so
Well, you're coming up from behind him, so Chiron's in between you and him. So if you knock him back 5 feet, he will still be knocked back.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
It just does it by default, so
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right, so you summon this this little gizmo. Does it pop out of somewhere?
My sleeve.
So it pops out of your sleeve.
Just goes-
Little blast come. Were they purple blasts, right? Is what you decided? These purple
Yep.
blasts come launching out, and he tries to kind of flail his tail to block them, but you hear them. They pierce right through his tail, and you hear him kind of cursing infernal. He's kind of annoyed. He kind of gets shoved back. His claws leave marks in the stone street from the pushback of your blast. Zorax.
I don't want to use a spell slot probably this time. So I'm just going to run up 30 feet and use the dodge action.
Oh.
That's good.
So in case anything does come at me, I should be relatively okay.
All right.
This time
Anything
around.
else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. So you quickly dash
Simpler
up
than this
and
time.
you take on a defensive stance, ready to absorb any impacts or assaults from this creature. He attempts to. He says, "I will take the high ground," and he moves and tries to climb up the up to a side of a building. Now, because
The
he
Dark
was
Devil?
yes, he was pushed away from you,
Oh, darn
Chiron,
it.
by the blast, but Zorax does get an op attack.
I do.
You're,
I'm
yeah,
very far away.
I thought. Oh yeah. They used. Okay, yeah. You're right. You
I'm
only
30 feet away
You
yet.
only you only moved a short distance, didn't you?
Yep.
So he starts climbing up. His claws and barbs are just climbing up the wall, and you see him turn and slam his tail in about 20 feet up the second story of this window, and he's hanging by his tail's barbs that are in the wall, and his hands burst alight with fire, and he starts launching them at you guys. One comes flying directly at Merle, another one at Zorax.
Okay.
Zorax has disadvantage on Zorax, right?
Yes, because I took the dodge action.
Okay, that's gonna miss Zorax.
I don't even have my longsword out yet. 'cause I
It
haven't
is.
even bothered.
What is your AC? Is 18 still hits? What's your AC, Merle?
20.
Oh shit, 18's not gonna hit. Fuck. Okay. All right. So his hands alight into these balls of fire, and he throws them like snowballs, and they streak overhead. You feel the burn as it flies over top of you, Chiron and Zorax. You can feel the heat coming off of them as they slam behind you, and rubble starts falling down from the buildings around you. Zorax, give me a dexterity saving throw. Because you're dodging, I'm gonna give it advantage.
Woo!
Just him?
him and Chiron, and it
Oh.
completely goes over top of Merle.
Dexterity, you said?
Yes, and we'll give you
And I'm not
advantage.
within, and I'm not within Zorax's range, so it's
Yep, so
just
you gotta use
mine.
your own.
Shit out of luck.
11.
You see that while that I am pretty agile, you see that like some of the rocks as they like try and come down, you see as if they just kind of almost lightly brush off me.
Ooh, without touching anything.
It's just like
Okay. Now,
I got an 11.
okay, yeah, you are gonna take 12. The save is 14. 12 is the full damage, half on a successful save. As the rubble kind of just comes crashing down from this fireball that this thing launched. The two bearded devils peer over top of the woman. They quickly look over their shoulder. One turns around to engage you. The other one whacks the female. A loud scream, and you see her fall to the ground. And the children begin crying. And you see the same one kind of just nudges the kids and gives them a swift kick in the head to shut them up. Ooh. And they both turn around and start charging towards you guys. They
brutal.
Two of them, you don't see. They're not cleaved in half or anything. They just
They just beat the schnoz out of
you
them.
know, yeah. Two of them look up, and they look up at the one that is on the second story, and they kind of nod, and both of them climb up the opposite side of the main road onto the rooftop of a smaller building to get advantage point. And they are out of line of sight.
Dang it.
What are you gonna do, Chiron?
He is gonna rush over to the woman.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna use
Do you want to give me a
10
medicine
point-
check to see their condition? I won't make it take up your action.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out how much information to feed to you.
Okay. 12.
There's a wild wife roaring in the other room. So as you quickly inspect the wounds, the children seem to be severely wounded, and the mother is clearly got damage to her skull, but for the most part is probably stable. But the children are in fact dying at the moment.
Okay. I will use. How many children is it?
There's two. You can tell that these creatures are powerful enough to make sure that they were all killing blows, and the fact that the mother isn't alludes to an effort not to outright kill them for some reason.
Okay.
Them later.
We're gonna eat them. They are food.
I don't know how I missed this earlier. Carpageddon says that's utterly adorable.
That's horrible. Dang it, I only have one action-based healing abilities. Either my land hands or cure wounds.
Don't have like healing word, which I think is a bonus action.
Yeah. He's gonna use 5 points of land hands on one of the children.
Okay. The wounds on its body and its broken bones stitch back together and pop back into place without.
Ooh.
Yeah.
As your
Brutal.
holy light envelops them.
What's Lulu doing?
She is actually. It's funny you mentioned that because she hasn't got to go yet. So she is still. I forgot whose shoulder did I say she was attached to when I was talking shit. I don't remember.
Mine.
Yes. So we'll safely assume she's floating around with you right now.
Okay.
She got a 4, so she goes last.
Oh.
That's why I said I didn't roll good for any of the NPCs. I got a 7, 6, and a 4.
Ooh, man.
Yeah. So, anyways, is that all you can do?
Yeah.
Lulu whispers in your ear. Well, I never. That is horrible what they did. I am so glad that you were able to help them. I appreciate it. You're a good man, Chiron. Sure, you look like them, but you're a good man. I want you to know that I appreciate that. Let me check something really quick here.
Lulu's stats.
Yeah. Well, there's certain. I know what some of them are, but there's certain things she can't do.
Hmm.
Oh.
It'd be so much easier if the stat block was right where she's at. That's the problem I have with some of these books.
Organization or lack thereof.
Well, I mean, they're organized. I just not in a way that I like. But that's a personal preference. All right,
Easy.
so
They're probably organized. You should read a Shadowrun book.
okay, I know what movie. Trump like sparkles. All right. She says, "I'll do my best to protect everyone, but I can't promise much. Why don't you go and help them out? Get rid of those devilish bastards, huh?"
All right, and I will use my movement to make my way towards the devils.
Okay. Well, the bearded devil is 2 stories up, which is I would still say is a short distance under normal movement. But because it's half movement for you, you can get up to the first story, the top of the first story, but you're not quite within range. And you don't know. All you saw is the other, the bearded devils. God, I hope I'm saying those. The barbed devils stuck on the side of the wall outside. The bearded devils crawled up onto a roof, and ducked out of view, so you can't see them. So you're moving towards the barbed devil on the wall, right?
Yep.
You gonna try to climb up?
Yeah.
Give me an athletics check, please.
Ooh, something I'm good at.
I feel that.
That is a 17.
All right, so you're able to quickly start climbing up, but unfortunately, just so you know, it takes hands to climb, so you won't gain the benefit of your shield while you are on the wall, while you're climbing. You're able to get pretty darn close to him. If you want to make an attack, because he's right above you, it'll be at disadvantage while you're holding onto the wall.
I already used my action to heal the kid.
Then you're out of action. So,
Yeah.
all right. Anything else?
Nope.
Merle.
All right, I fly 30 feet up in the air above the demons as I high ground this.
He's gonna shoot the barbed devil down.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. I love it.
All right, ray of frost on the barbed devil.
Okay.
Gonna freeze that boy.
Well, not when I ever rolled that one.
Oh no.
Never
no.
mind. Not freezing anybody.
And for the turret. All right, that's way better. 24 to hit
Yes.
for 6
Okay.
force damage.
All right, so you pull out your little blaster and you release a gout of icy blast, and it smashes into the wall right around him. Crumbles start flying down, and you get a little icicle formed, but it kind of just snarls at you, and it cracks its claws onto the wall. Followed by a quick blast from your purple blast of your turret with a loud pew pew. They land a direct hit right into his midsection. He kind of doubles over, and you see him go from kind of like standing straight up to standing on the side of the wall, like Spider-Man would, with only his tail and his claws dug in, holding him there as he looks at you and snarls at you.
Doesn't that move him 5 feet as well?
Oh shit! I would say that might even knock him down.
That's what I was gonna say.
Let's give him
Like,
a save. Yeah, make sure to remind me of that knockback, because
Yeah.
I'll forget.
yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure that knocks back.
I just got a 1.
Ah, he fell.
So he is going to fall. The blast shakes away the building loose, and his barbed tail comes loose, and he falls 20 feet to the ground.
Man, this is good.
Halfway
He's-
up to where he was.
Yeah, he lands on all fours with a loud thud, with a dust cloud billowing around him, and snarls at you in anger at your little turret bullshit. And you hear an infernal, "You insufferable wench!" Assuming you can understand infernal.
I do.
You'll pay for that, you swine. All right, and that'll be. Is that?
Wait, thank you.
Sorry, wrong one. The swine is a pig, right? All right. Merle just went Zorax.
Ah, you made it easier for me to kill him.
Yeah, he actually.
Good.
I would say that he landed well within your range if you move to him.
I am going to move to him, and I'm going to do what I do best. Whack things.
Whack him. All right, give me an attack roll.
I pull out my longsword that has been silvered, and I unsheath it, and you see this like weird black mist all surrounding it, and I'm gonna smack this thing.
All right.
Woo!
Smack it all on the
let's see
floor.
here.
Smack it till you get.
I'm going to assume a 14 will not hit,
That does not.
but I'm assuming the 19 will.
Yes.
Cool.
So do you have a great sword or?
I have a longsword, but I'm wielding with two hands.
Okay.
And I get to roll a d10. Yeah. Then, do I want to smite? Do I want to smite? Of course I want to smite. I'm going to do a divine smite.
Smite is whether can you smite or should you smite. It's another question altogether.
You get an
Yeah.
extra D8 on the smite.
Oh, yeah, because...
It's a fiend.
Is it on fiends? Yeah, okay. So...
Fiends and
I'm gonna just
undead,
do-
right? Was that right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, I'm just going to use a level 1, and then it's 3d8 added
Yep.
onto it. Cool. Let's see. 10, 15 radiant damage and 7 slashing damage.
Whew.
22 total.
Nice.
Paladins.
So as it lands with a loud thud, you take that opportunity. You wield your mighty blade in both hands. You come in with a variety of swipes. Your blade smashes in the ground as the barbed devil tumbles out of the way with kicking up dust and rock from your blow. You quickly shift your weight and turn to a horizontal blast or a horizontal blow and release the power of the void through your blade, sending a shock through his entire system.
That feels good, brother.
Yeah, he screams and snarls at you. His
That
tail
was just his,
cracking like a whip.
that was your first attack, wasn't it?
He missed the first one, I think.
Oh.
He missed
I
one of
missed
them.
the first one.
All right, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
You kind of see his eyes dart around for a second before he focuses in on you and gets ready to release a volley of assault on you. And he's going to make 3 attacks.
On me?
No, 2. Yeah, all 3 on you.
Okay.
Please fail.
So the first one is a 17.
Barely misses.
The second one is a 19 on the die, so plus 6 is 25.
That'll hit.
And the third one is 19.
Oof.
How's that? Does that hit? That doesn't hit.
Yep, that one
does
hits.
So 1 miss, 2 hit.
Yep.
So he comes in with a vicious assault of his claws. His claw, you're able to catch his claw in your blade of your sword and parry his blow, but you're not watching out for his tail as he does like a spinning bitch slap with his tail, and the barbs catch you right in the midsection. You can feel the rough impact from the blows. You're gonna take
Whew.
26 points of damage. As his tail catches you and smashes into your body. You can feel every point and every pressure from his barbs as he pulls it free, and you can feel a little bit of blood drizzle through.
Ah. 26, huh? Whew.
All right.
I guess I did 22, so it's well deserved.
Everyone give me a perception check, please.
Perception.
Natural 1.
6.
I am too dazed to think about anything else at the moment from the
11.
sheer pain of being just stabbed in the mid.
Did you say 11?
Yep.
Okay.
I
All
guess.
right. You see you see little Lulu in the corner hovering over the children and the woman, and you see a small little bit of energy around here. Out of nowhere comes this slothing-like creatures, a couple of them. She is surrounded. She blasts her horn, her trumpet with a loud elephant noise, and a thundering wave leaves her body in a golden light and splatters them onto the walls.
I I don't
The
recall Hollyfitz being able to do that.
actually, that's a pretty common ability.
Oh,
It's
okay.
you know it as their trumpet blast. It does thunder damage and can be deafening, and knocks back objects and stuff.
Oh.
That's
Oh.
probably their
I
more
see.
that's their more common ability. They've got others that you're not really aware of, but that's something you've
Okay.
heard and seen of. I wouldn't say seen, but have heard of.
I could have had
But
like
that-
weird dream visions of it. I
Common
guess.
knowledge, really.
Well, for him, it would be more common. Anyways, top of the initiative, Chiron.
All right, so
Cody just got stabbed.
so I'm halfway up the first story.
Yep,
Is the Bar Devil near me from that position?
he's on the ground. You could drop from your position and move into range.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, you'll take 2 points of damage from the 10-foot fall.
Son of a.
It's nothing.
Well, I said you could drop. I didn't say you had to. It's 2 points. You'll be fine. I promise.
Yeah.
It's that or waste movement going back down and then not reach him.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, you sprained something. Oh well.
Oh, my legs. Oh no.
Bonus action: Hunter's Mark the Barbed Devil.
Okay.
And for his action, he is going to make 2 melee attacks with his longsword. I take it that 10 is a miss.
That certainly is accurate.
And I rolled a 20.
Okay, that'll hit.
You rolled a 20?
Rolled a
Like a
20 to
crit?
hit. 20
Oh.
to hit. Sorry.
I was like, wait a minute.
Actually, I'm going to smite this son of a gun.
Yeah.
All right, let me...
We have the ability. We may as well.
Smite. 48 plus the Hunter's Mark. So... plus 2. Okay, 9 points of slashing damage from the longsword.
Nice job.
17 points of radiant damage.
Woo.
Paladins.
Yeah. Oh, and 2 points of damage from the Hunter's Mark.
Damn. All right. So you just pulled a Miley on him. You came in like a wrecking ball.
Oh gosh.
You lay a whooping on him. You jump off of the side of the building with a thud. Your ankle twists a little bit, but it's just discomfort, nothing you can't handle. You charge in with your sword and shield, and you unleash a volley of assault. And he can't fend off you and Zorax at the same time while being pelted with blasts from Merle in the distance. He can't stop you coming. He tries to block with one hand. He has to use his tail and his other hand to block Zorax. You swoop your blade in and release unholy hell on him as a burst of energy rushes through his body and he glows from the inside. He starts he stumbles in his movements a little bit. You can see anger billowing in his eyes. Once again, his eyes are darting around, looking for something. And you can see his movements becoming sluggish.
Turn.
Alright.
It is. Oh, hang on. Let's get that off of that screen.
Right?
Yeah, it's Merle's turn.
All right, I fly at 30 more feet.
I am 60 feet away now.
Exactly.
He has the highest ground.
So as soon as you start to move, you look over and the two bearded devils jump off the nearby building and try to grapple you in the air.
Oh
Oh,
shit! They ready to.
They did.
They ready to action. I was wondering. I was like, I haven't seen any of them yet.
That's why I had to figure out what everyone's perception was. I was like, shit, don't spot him, don't spot him, don't spot him.
Right.
All right, so they come leaping out. So there's going to be 2 contested checks against you. I'm not going to let them do their multi-attack from the standpoint of they've just leapt out and aren't going to have enough time to do more than one. But
Yeah.
each one will get 1 chance to grab you. And if either of them do, you're all falling 30 feet. I mean, they're falling 30 feet regardless, but you're going to
Yeah.
come with them. So...
I'm gonna have to go back.
Guys, don't fail me now.
I was gonna say this is kind of a problem.
So they both have a +5.
I got a
a
+2.
I got a 23 and an 18.
Well, that well, the highest one I rolled is 18. So
Okay, so the first one, they both leap out. They were expecting you to engage in flight combat, and they clearly thought to try to hinder your advantage. Now, in your readings, it just now occurred to you that in their readings, they do communicate telepathically. And you guys below seen him looking around as his eyes finally lock onto something. You see these snake-like devils almost flying in the air towards Merle. Merle twists and his little cannon smacks one of them in the head, and it kind of twists and it falls to the ground. But the other one locks onto his leg, and they come crashing down to the ground for 3d6 damage.
Oh.
Ew.
did I even move at all?
Huh?
Did I even move at all?
No, because their reaction was when you move.
Okay.
Was their trigger. So I just rolled 2 6s on 2 of the dice, so that's 12 plus 5. Fuck. Sorry.
Wow.
So
Near
17
max.
points of falling damage for both of them. Yeah, it's
Ugh.
1 shy of max for all 3 of you. Minus 17, minus 17.
Ow.
You see one of them clearly broke his leg as the bone is kind of sticking out, but it doesn't seem to slow him down at all. But
Devils, man, they're whack.
that did consume all their attacks because once again they were flying. But you now are hugged in a grapple with this guy on the ground.
Am I?
Wait.
Well, he's got you. I guess I don't know.
Oh no, I guess they wouldn't. It's not an attack, so never mind. I was gonna ask, can I void slip that?
It's
Switch
not
places with him, but it's not an attack.
roll.
Yep, it was a grapple, so it doesn't count.
Well, in
That would have
case-
been awesome though. Sorry.
That would have been like, holy shit! It's like I'm in the air, you're in the air. Hi.
Anyways, what were you gonna do there, Ian?
bonus action, arcane turret.
Nice.
I'm the guy grappling me.
The guy grappling you.
Yep,
And you can just blast him off you.
Ooh,
exactly.
I should have made. We should do saving throws to see if we're prone too.
Yep.
I'll let you finish your turn though.
I fly. I don't care if I'm prone.
That's fair, actually.
21 to hit.
Yes.
8 force damage, and he's knocked back 5 feet.
Oh, he might lose his grapple.
Exactly.
You fucker. So we'll give him. I don't know how. I think is that still a contest? Would that still be a contested check to see if it breaks or a save? I would say it would be a save.
I'm more inclined to think a save as well.
Would you? I'll let him choose because I don't know the answer. Do you think a forced one would be save? So I'm gonna go with save. We'll put the DC at 15. I got a 3 on the die with him. So he's got a hold of you. You've come crashing to the ground. You're like, F this. Your turret twists and spins at him, blasts him right in the face, and sends him skittering into a building. Rubble begins falling on top of you guys.
Oh no.
Yeah, those pushback things are going to end up killing you guys. Rubble comes down. I need a dex save from just him, actually.
Wrong move, idiot.
He is gonna succeed and only take another 3 points of damage.
Man.
He got off easy. How much total damage did you do?
11.
11.
force.
Whew, he can barely stand. His little tentacles things that are on his face are barely moving now. They're just like they're kind of hanging there like they've had a long day of work, 12-hour shift.
I had one of those the other day.
You can see something you didn't think you could see in a devil, and you're pretty sure you spot a bit of fear in his eyes.
Fear me.
Oh
Ray of
man.
Frost.
That was, man, I thought I had that all worked out, and you bastard ruined it for me.
Yeah, how dare I
pretty
make you a
tough.
crystal character?
Very cool. Very nice moves.
And Ray of Frost on him.
Okay. The same one that got pushed into the building, right?
Oh yeah, if he's looking that bad.
Oh,
this
he's looking bad.
He's looking rough.
Yeah, let's throw one of these out there. Why not?
Looking more like Scooby, and he's really rough, as opposed to Tony the Tiger, and feeling great.
Oh my god.
All right, and that's going to be a 24 to hit
Yes.
for 15 cold damage, and he's slowed down 10 feet.
How does
If
it
he's
end?
Oh!
They don't have nearly as much hit points as the Barb Devil.
Yeah.
And now that you guys got silvered weapons, they're less of a challenge than they were earlier.
Oh, that's right.
This guy needs to chill out. And do I have any movement left?
No, because he made your movement 0 when he grappled you.
Okay,
Yeah, I can see that.
And you're on the
Yeah.
ground because you fell to the ground.
that's fair. Done.
Zorax.
As I'm holding my bleeding son, I'm like, you bastard. That one really hurt. And I swing twice again. Because why not? Ooh, natural 1 and a 3. I miss.
So you talk all this
Wow.
shit. He snarls and just bitch slaps your weapon away from you. And parries it. He's pissed as you see him. His eyes dart over to his wounded or dead ally.
Oh, am I within 5 feet of Zorax?
Yes.
Oh. I may actually do something.
Okay.
Uh,
On
But,
his turn or on your turn?
I was going to say, is it on my turn?
On the Barb Devil's turn.
It's not the Barb Devil's turn yet. But it's Zorax's at the moment.
And, well, I don't really got options for a bonus action. Wait, do I actually? I know I have something here, actually. Misty stuff. No. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right, so you're swinging your blade wildly. The void is calling to this guy. He needs to return to the void. But unfortunately, every swing is met with a parry, a block, a twist, a redirecting of your attack into the ground with a loud, thunderous crash. It hisses and bellows in your face. The rotted, necrotic stench is overwhelming. But unfortunately, you're not able to land a solid blow. But he's not super happy. He's not looking too good. What are you gonna do? What did you want to do there, Matt?
Well, if he makes a serious an attack that hits,
He is. He's gonna attack. Okay. I just
well-
making sure that I give you the option before I make any of those.
if he, well, it depends on what he rolls.
Well, do I tell you what he rolls? I don't.
Well-
Most of the abilities don't work that way. Most
Well,
of the-
Yeah.
My intent is to use the fighting style protection from
Okay,
the
then-
talents.
Yeah, okay. Then ju-
It's when a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll.
right. I am making 3 attack rolls. So do you want to disadvantage the first one, second one, or third one? The reason that matters is because, if I roll crappy on the third one, you pick the third one.
Yeah.
First one.
Okay. You have successfully turned a hit into a miss.
Woo!
Haha.
This guy's really trying to wail on me.
22 for the second one. And
Ah.
third one's gonna miss. All right, so this thing is pissed. Its tail is cracking like a whip around. it wraps its, it tries to wrap its barbed tail around you, and you can start to feel it grip as it pierces your flesh, and then out of nowhere comes comes your buddy Chiron with a shield. He bashes him in the face. Its tail loosens up. And he turns around and blocks another incoming blow towards your head. And there is Chiron standing over you, shield guarding you from an assault from this barbed devil.
So
One did
I
hit
say.
though.
Yeah. How
Oh.
much?
2d6 plus 3, so I got 9 on the die, so 12.
Ah. I'm at 11 hit points.
Not great.
oh jeez.
I'm getting fucked up.
Great shape either.
All right.
Between the lightning and the falling rocks, and now then that 26 damage, I was like, whew,
Yeah.
I'm getting a little hurt.
You could have been messed up if he wouldn't have used his protection. 'Cause
Yeah.
He turned a hit into a miss.
Mhm.
All right. Bearded devil guy now. All right. So the other bearded devil is pissed. It sees Merle over there has just blasted his buddy. He runs over with a giant glaive. The glaive is made out of a bone, and then on each end it looks like there's giant silver fangs on the end, and it just unleashes a barrage of assaults against you.
Against Merle?
Against Merle, yes. D20. 14 plus 5 isn't going to do it. 17 plus 5 is going to do it, though. That's going to give us... oh, son of a bitch. Okay.
Shield.
So the bearded devil comes in with its blades, and you're not having none of this. Does the shield project from one of your gizmos or something?
An astral gear suddenly appears right in front of me as this glaive comes down.
And smashes into it with a loud ringing. He pulls back and he's just slamming into it repeatedly. And clearly he's pissed. His little beard, lively beard is tacking and smashing into it. You can see the light, flashing out from it regularly.
Yep.
In the distance, you see little tiny Lulu. All right, guys, we got him on the run with another big golden light as several more little demons kind of just get knocked back and pushed into walls. The buildings are crashing and down on you guys. I need everyone to give me a dexterity saving throw as another lightning bolt strikes the area.
And I'm within Zorax's range.
You
So-
are.
So it's +5.
Yep.
Oh, my God. It's 3d6, and I rolled all ones. I'm not even kidding you.
Good thing, because
I rolled
I
9
passed
total.
it. I got a
24.
27.
All right, so the DC's 15, so if you failed, you took 3. If you succeeded, you took 1. That's not great.
10 HP. We're doing
All right, so top of the initiative, Chiron.
All right.
I'll be okay.
You'll be okay?
I'll be okay.
No, you won't, fool. You come to our realm, you'll die.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Heard that before.
He says through a quivering voice.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Sure
Gonna make-
gonna die.
2 longsword attacks.
Against the Barb Devil.
Yeah. That is a 17 and a 24 to hit.
Yes. Oh, shit.
So first one damage. Oh my gosh. That is 7 points of slashing damage and 6 points of Hunter's Mark for the first one.
Woo!
Good stuff.
You can do
And for
this.
the second one is 6 points of slashing with 3 points of Hunter's Mark.
Okay. You come in with a volley of cuts and horizontal slashes and slant attacks. You're able to remove one of his hands as he bellows in pains and falls to one knee, and he looks you in the eye and screams, "We see all!" And his eyes flicker, and up high above, you see several floating demons that appear to have been watching your fight, or not demons, devils,
I was gonna
begin
say,
flying
demons or
away.
devils?
Yeah, no, devils. Fly away.
Hmm.
We know you're here now.
All right.
El Terrell is ours.
We'll see about that.
But it won't be yours.
He is barely hanging on right now.
Hmm.
All right, that's my turn.
Merle, this guy is attacking you viciously with his glaive. Your barrier is about to fade. What do you do?
Well, first off, arcane turret,
Pew, 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 pew.
25 to hit,
Yep.
5 force damage, and knocked back 5 feet.
He gets slammed back towards a fountain that's on the edge of the road. No, not a fountain, but like a statue. Looks like a fountain. You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah.
It's a statue,
Yeah.
but like a fountain-like design. Whatever. And he slams into it. You hear something crack and bend. One of his little tendril things get blasted off by your purple beams. Anything else?
Y'all need to go where you belong. And that's going to be a 23 to hit for cold damage.
Yep.
All right, 11. 18 cold damage. And he's stuck
Ooh.
down 10 feet.
Yep. Damn, you wrecked his face. He's hurting really. Oh, wait, no, hang on.
Wait a minute.
He's hurting really, really bad. Most of his little beard tendrils are broken. He's snarling. Several teeth have fallen out. He's got big ass wounds from your blasters all on him.
In the ground, if you know my meaning.
I was gonna say, hell, we're already here though.
Anything else, Merle?
Fly back up 30 feet.
Of course you do. That knockback
Sorry.
plus the flying is nice.
Just meow.
Sorry about that.
Now there's two of you.
Oh shoot.
There
That's
is two of us. Or
That's-
two of
That's
you.
okay. The more the merrier.
sorry. That is me trying to come in with my phone.
No, that's
Mm.
okay. All right. So he is still standing, but he is rocking in his boots. His eyes. He looks like Rocky Balboa with all the blood and stuff running down his eyes. Zorax, the guy in front of you, is nearing the end of his life.
I only need one hit, and then I can level 2 divine smite this fucker. And he won't. He shouldn't be able to
He
come out of
wouldn't
that.
Survive, right?
That's the idea. Oh, I missed again. Yeah, I don't think 11's gonna do it.
Nope.
Damn. All right, well,
Don't you have 2 attacks?
I went for it. That was 2 attacks.
Oh
The last was a
no!
5. The other was a 4.
Oh
Oh,
no!
Yeah, that's not
as,
good.
as you come in with a vicious assault, even in his weakened state, he still is
I'm
mocking
weakened
you.
too. Fuck you. I'm
Uh,
battered to hell. I'm not looking great. I got 10 HP.
He's pissed. He's going to hurl he's going to swat you with his tail again.
Protection.
Woo!
1, 2, or 3.
First.
Good call. Good call. He's pissed though. He's gonna come back and make another attack.
Come at me, bro.
That is
Or
an
should I say
18.
cousin?
That is an 18 on the die. To Zorax.
That's gonna hurt.
That is 9 points of damage. Oh my god.
Can't kill me, fucker.
His
I'm
hand
still here.
his hand alights with a flame, and he says, "Welcome to Avernus. Choke on the flame." And he tries to attack you with a hurl of a blast of fire.
Ah, that's not good.
A
Do I
shield
die?
pops out from Chiron and deflects the blast, and it smashes into a building, blowing out a section and causing parts of the building to collapse.
Ah,
Honestly, he had to do that with disadvantage because it was in melee range, but I just thought how awesome it would be to like blast you point blank with a hurl flame, and then I missed badly.
man, I get it.
All right. Bearded Devil's turn now. he's pissed that you flew up out of range, but there's nothing that he can do. So he stammers back up and sees that one of the guys is becoming
Barely conscious.
troublesome. Yeah.
He's holding onto a sword like, oh,
Um,
haven't been in this in a while.
he's actually going to try two things. He's actually going to try to make an attack against you
Do it.
and one against one against you and one against Chiron.
You can't stop me even if you wanted to.
Shit. Those are both not gonna. No, one's gonna hit.
Uh-oh.
Chiron, you're gonna
Mhm.
take 11 points of damage.
Oh, I'm not looking so good.
And
Shut up.
and so he comes in. He spins his glaive in a whirl like a whirlwind. And fortunately, at the last second, Zorax, you see it coming. You kind of do a bend back Matrix style dodge as it swoops over top of you and then catches Chiron by surprise.
And I can't use my Hellish Rebuke because it's a reaction base.
I need a Constitution saving
I'm
throw
going-
from you.
From me?
Yes.
Dang it. So that's 5, so that's 7. 12.
Oh.
That was what, +5?
Yeah. So as his blade cuts into you, it flares with an infernal power. And you quickly you quickly say a prayer to your deity as your body is barely able to fight off the infernal wound.
Oh.
All right. Lulu shouts, "Come on, guys, we got him on a run!" And you hear her trumpet sound again, and you just see a devil go flying right into a building. She's fighting weaker ones.
She should have fought the fucking Barb Devil. Fuck
No.
this.
I mean, it is pretty nice. It's 5d6 damage, which is pretty good.
Mhm.
Uh,
That's a lot.
it is.
Yeah.
But she's protecting people, so she can't help.
Yeah.
All right. Top of the initiative is Chiron. This thing.
Okay.
These things are on top of you. They both barely look like they can stand. Their breath is horrendous. They're bleeding everywhere. They've got broken barbs, missing bearded tentacle things. What are you gonna do?
Just hit him for me, boss. Hit him in my honor.
All right.
Just take
so,
one of them down. I'll
uh,
get the other, hopefully.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do no. For my bonus action, I'm going to look to the bearded devil, and I'm going to invoke my vow of enmity, meaning my next attack against him, it is at advantage
Okay.
for the next minute.
Okay.
Next minute, holy cow.
Yeah,
There's
but
only one attack, right? It just
let me
says your
see.
next attack, right? Or all your attacks.
Let me.
All of them.
Where?
If it's for the next minute, that'd be kind of weird if it was just.
Well, that's how all
Oh.
their smites work. Use a bonus action
Isn't
for the
this
next minute.
Yeah, but this isn't a smite.
Well, I know. That's why I was asking for clarification.
Yeah.
Wait,
Sounds
why
like
isn't it showing
Ian
up?
knows the answer, so we'll go with that.
Let me.
Every attack against that one target for the next minute.
Yeah. But before I get to bearded devil, I'm gonna go for barb devil
Okay.
Yep, every attack.
because
Yeah.
barb devil has hunter's mark, bearded devil has vow of enmity.
Whew.
So, barb devil.
I'm gonna rename you Sharpie for all the marks.
12 to hit,
Not gonna do it.
Fine then. Bearded Devil coming right up. That is 21 to hit.
Yep.
I am going to smite the ever living heck out of him.
He's going to smite hell out of
I,
him.
I was gonna say we're literally in hell, and he still said heck. That's awesome. That cracks me up.
So, okay, so these three, 15 points of radiant damage and 10 points of slashing damage. That is max damage with my versatile swing.
Ooh.
That's
So
pretty
you
good.
you come
Oh wait,
in.
wait, Hunter's Mark. Sorry, no, sorry, never mind. Scrap.
Yeah,
forgot I
no
said
hunter's
that.
mark.
Forgot I said that.
So how much damage?
10 points of slashing damage and 15 points of radiant damage. So that's 25 total.
Okay. So you come in with a pretty clumsy assault. You've been doing your best to defend Zorax with your shield and protect him from the onslaught of this barbed devil. Your shield has got scratches and marks from the powerful blows coming from this. You try to get in a good strike, but unfortunately you're not able to. But your body twists and you see an opening in the bearded devil. How does it end?
So I make the miss against the barbed devil, but when I face the bearded devil, I go and do an uppercut swing, and as I do, my my silver longsword begins to glow a radiant energy, and the moment it strikes is when the smite happens, making a upward cleave, and then a second later, devil blood just spews from the bearded devil.
Love it. That is that is good. That is great. Anything else, Chiron?
Nope. I've used up everything.
Merle?
All right, what's left? Just one devil.
Just the barbed devil.
Shoot this bastard! Please! I don't say please often.
Ray of Frost. Okay.
Zorax ducks, but he kind of just slumps over rather than ducks.
14 to hit.
Nope. Not gonna
Yeah,
do it. What else
And-
you got?
Arcane turret. Of course, 19 to hit for 10 force. 19 plus 8, so 27 to hit for 10 force damage.
Your first blaster comes in, and you over anticipate the shot as you're trying to predict his movements in the battle in
In the fray.
the fray. Thank you. That was the word I was thinking. I was like, I know it starts with an F. Right into the fray. Unfortunately, it's moving so quickly. You actually end up smashing into Chiron's shield while he's fighting and finishing off the bearded devil.
Hey.
But your turret turns and gets a good lock on him for an instant and releases that blast. How does it end?
I told you I'd be okay.
It hits him in
You
the
got
neck.
lucky.
It hits
I'm
him in the neck, effectively decapitating him, and head bounces away into the alley while the body just falls over backwards.
You hear a ah! All right.
Boom, headshot.
You guys begin to recover. You look over and you see Lulu is protecting the now conscious woman. You see the woman has a bow drawn and is taking aim, but there doesn't seem to be anything nearby.
Before we do anything, I look over to Zorax and give him 25 hit points from my lay on hands.
All right,
It's generous.
your holy energy envelops him and helps restore him. You guys are level 8, right?
7.
Seven.
Okay.
I'll take 8.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, same.
And then I will also use my lay on hands. And I will recover another 25.
You hear well, don't just stand over there. Come and help these folk.
Is that Lulu?
Yes.
So,
I walk over to her with an if I'm able to use cure wounds on myself.
I'm also going to use Cure Wounds on myself.
All right.
I'm gonna use it at second level though.
Okay.
Just first level for me.
Oh.
4.
So
Let's go. Wow. 9. Cool. I'm back at 60. It's as if I never fought.
I am up to 2/3 of my health.
I'm back to 60 HP, which is a drastic change from 1.
Were you at 1?
I was at 1.
Oh, jeez. All right.
I told you, I was like, just kill the guy, please.
Your glass cannon seems to be pretty good at not taking too much damage.
I've done 18.
You're down to 18?
Yeah,
What's your
Oh.
max?
52.
How'd you take so much damage?
That fall wrecked him, I think.
It was
Well,
only
that-
like
Yeah,
15.
And getting struck by lightning multiple times.
Yeah, we did get
Yeah.
struck by lightning. And I forgot he probably didn't pass the dexterity save.
I
Yeah.
failed all of them.
Did you really?
That
Yeah.
makes more sense now.
I love that. I
Okay.
love the environmental effects from this. Anyways, so you guys approach, and she says, "Well, that was some mighty impressive fighting. I have to say, I haven't seen anything like that in. Well, honestly, I barely remember that battle. But yeah, y'all did great. I managed to handle a few, and you look, and there's just like 5 or 6 piles
There's
of corpses.
gore all over the wall.
You guys in your studies recognize these as some of the lower level demons called lemures, one of the lowest levels you can get. They're generally just they're at the lowest end of the hierarchy. So I was able to protect them for a little bit. It turned out all right. Miss Harkina, these are my friends and pals. What's your guys' names again?
Thorax. Sorry. Chiron. Sorry. That was a very hectic battle.
I thought the celestial guy there was Zorax.
You're right. Thorax.
I say in Celestial, I'm not.
All right.
Merle Bronson.
All right. Yeah, these are my friends. What'd you say you call yourselves?
Crimson Coyotes.
Exiles?
The Crimson
Coyotes.
Exiles.
Exiles.
The Crimson Exiles or
Yeah,
Coyotes?
we're the Exiles. The Crimson Exiles.
Fine,
is what we
Exiles
have
it
to.
is.
Or is it Red Exile?
I could have swore she said something about ragtag. All right. Anyway, you guys, this is Harkina, and she jumps up and says, "Thank you guys so much. Oh my God, I was so terrified for my boys. It's it's really hard here. It's been really bad. Many of the citizens have already died when the city was just drawn into this hellish place. Still, more have died in the days since from the attacks of these terrible creatures, a lack of food and water, and the collapses of so many of the buildings on top of us. It's really just been absolutely horrible. My boys and I, we're so grateful that you showed up. If you had not, we would have been taken by those creatures just like my family was."
Well, I guess luckily we were here, so luckily none of that had to happen. Well, not
Speaking
much
out
of
of
it had to
game,
happen.
I'm sorry, guys. I blanked out again.
Oh,
For
she
what?
was saying thank you.
Yeah.
Like, my connection was bad.
Oh, that's fine. Harkina is the lady you saved. She says thank you. People are dying. A lot of people died.
There's
She
a
says-
surprising, or maybe not
Oh.
surprising, lack of food and water.
Yeah, it says, ever since the city came under, it's basically been split in two. I heard that most of the other survivors that I heard that from other survivors that this side of El Terrell, formerly known as the East City, is far worse off than the West. The High Hall, the Great Castle, that's home to the El Terrell's leaders. That's where we were heading, and where I was heading with the boys to get them to safety until I was attacked. I was trying to sneak around, but those bastards can read your thoughts and can see in the dark, and they're hard to get by.
So,
Yeah,
to
that's
the
for sure.
east.
What's that?
So we So we go to the east.
Well, that now depends. We're in the east right now. The west is where the I'm double checking myself because you got me second guessing myself. Damn it.
Sorry.
Yeah, the west is the safer area where the high hall is. She says, but there's so many people like myself that probably need help. I'm wondering, do you think you could do something about it? Maybe try to help get those here in the east to the west safely?
We can certainly try, but we're mostly tapped. But most of us are tapped of our magical resources.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I thought you were strong.
Zorax just kind of sighs a little bit angrily, and I'm gonna move to intimidate her just for that, because that's a bold move after we just killed 3 devils
And saved your life.
and saved her life. I agree. I'm going to intimidate. Like actually. And I'll even let's roll first, I guess. Yeah, I'm definitely using this. Because that's not quite enough for me. Let's see, 10. That's an 18. And I tell her, you don't know. Do you just see what we just fought through just to save your life and your children? Do not call us weak.
No, I that wasn't my intent. I'm so sorry. It was. I simply overestimated your capabilities. That was not meant to be a slight on you.
Yeah. I simply say, you both might want to shut up now before you dig yourselves into a deeper hole.
She nods and Lulu's like, well, I never. She says,
An angry
well,
Azamar. Wow.
she says, well, I was hoping to get up there to the High Hall. I think that High Overseer Thavius Krieg he's the leader up there, and I'm sure that he's working on a plan to rescue survivors and drive out the devils.
Thavius Krieg is not in Avernus.
What? Him and Grand Duke Uldar were supposed to meet today.
Thavius Krieg is in Baldur's Gate.
Or a few days ago, I don't remember.
Yeah.
How? Does that mean the Grand Duke is there too?
No. He's nowhere to be seen.
It is likely he is here.
Huh. Well, that's a shame. Well, okay. Well, I think come on, boys. I think we're still gonna head to the high hall. There's got to be somebody in charge there organizing something. We have to fight back. Otherwise, we're all doomed.
This is a good chance for us to see who's in charge at the High Hall, if there's anything left.
It's probably a good idea. Maybe we can gather some resources if there is any left. Or even just take a rest. In Avernus. Taking a rest in Avernus.
All right. And
Old claim.
so you guys start traveling in a group, and
Yep.
that's where we're gonna end for tonight.
I got fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what though? I think because of the brutal beatings you take, it actually helps. Because
Zorax apparently is very resilient.
well, like Merle, I think he got really lucky. If he wouldn't have forced that guy out of grapple, I don't know that Merle would have made it for much longer.
No.
Yeah.
But anyways, well, that'll do it for Descent into Avernus with the Crit Academy team. This is episode 7, I think.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us today. Why don't we go around the room, tell us who you played and something you enjoyed about the game. We will go the other direction and start with Austin today.
Hey, I'm Austin. I was playing Zorax, the Azamar Paladin Voidwalker. That's out of order, but who cares? And my favorite part, surviving with 1 HP. That's usually pretty chill. It's like, oh wow, skin of my teeth, huh?
Quite literally.
I'm just like, It just makes me feel like Zorax is resilient, more resilient than he deserves to be.
You could be more resilient if you took the tough feat.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Or resilient.
I'm probably going to, but we'll see.
All right. How about you, Ian?
Once again, I'm Ian. And I'm playing Marl Bronson, human artillerist artificer. And I'd say he just proved once again how much of a beating he can take and still hold his own, even with 2 paladins in the group.
It's true.
Man, I thought
He
I
is.
had it figured out, man. I was like, oh, they can telepathically talk. They're going to sneak around. You all failed your perception checks. I'm like, oh, I'm going to snatch him out of the sky. And then you still messed up my plans.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
That pushback really, that sucked.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It does a lot.
Useful.
Very cool. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Disconnected.
Yes, I am Mr. Disconnected Matthew. I played Chiron, the Tiefling Paladin of Bahamut, sworn the Oath of Vengeance.
Oh, no.
I enjoyed this session because we got to fight against not only 2 bearded devils, but a barbed devil, which is right higher than the bearded. And I got my second bearded devil kill.
It's true.
You got a second notch on your shield. You got little notches on your shield for all the devils. You're going to go in with like 1 or 2 and come out with it all scratched up. What's that?
Come out with no shield.
Yeah, no.
Looking like Captain
What
America.
happened to your shield? Well, I used notches on it, and
I'm not
well,
gonna treat my shield like
I
that.
ran out of shield.
I'm not gonna treat my shield like that.
That's fair.
But anyways, I had fun.
No, I'm
Yeah.
glad. All right, guys. I am your host and Dungeon Master, Total Dumas. I hope you guys enjoyed this adventure. I know I am enjoying it. It's been going a lot of fun. Please, if you want to check us out, head on over to critacademy.com or iTunes or wherever you find your podcast and check out Crit Academy. And hopefully you'll join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. As we discuss our main topic, Final Fantasy VII Materia system in conversion to 5th edition. I'm really excited. We can talk about other things too, but we always have a main topic. You can find us on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Oh, you can tell I'm getting really tired. All right, I think that'll do it. Let us all wave goodbye to the camera.
Yeah.
See you guys later. Keep your blades sharp and spells prepared, hero.